Well, hello again. It's Rudolph Hart. I'm told actually that my name comes up with something else before you start watching, so you already know that my name is Rudolph Hart. Once again, enunciating properly there, so as not to give chuckles and giggles to anybody out there. It's not a matter for ridicule, frankly. A person's name, anybody's name, unless they've got a really silly name like Knickers or I once met a chap who was called Cohead. You spelt it. It was Cockhead, and I apologise to anybody, to any of the co-heads out there, but I found that hilarious. Frankly, I had to excuse myself and move away because it was very, very funny. Now, I last week I was talking about foodstuffs, peanut butter and what have you, but I won't belabor the point. So I've got something written down. Boris, yes, I'm doing it, Boris. I'm doing it. I've got my notes. Boris, if you weren't watching last week, is my nephew, great nephew. But let's drop the great because he's really not. He's going to faff about with all this. So today, I was reminded actually. I was playing golf with a friend of mine, Monte Clitero, and he's done this fascinating thing with a hedgehog. And it's perfectly okay. It's not something unreasonable. Well, there was one thing he was doing. He's had some great success with training hedgehogs, and they're lovely, fascinating little creatures. But this one that he's got, he's had several, frankly, over the years. And they're always called Spiny Norman, which is a homage to Monty Python. So I'm told. I suppose that's another animal, isn't it? A Monty Python. I've seen Burma. I don't remember seeing a Monty Python. Boa constrictors and what have you. Yes. Anyway, he gets this hedgehog, Spiny Norm. Let's just call him Norm. And well, the first one, disastrous. He trained it to hold on tightly, with a vice-like grip to the end of this very short stick, about yay big, and he was using it as a loofah. Which was disastrous on a number of fronts, frankly. I mean, the first being they're very spiky little creatures, very, very spiky. And, his back was ragged, absolutely bloody ragged, and he was constantly having to go to the emergency room and get himself sorted out. That was one of the problem. The other one, which I probably should have prioritised, is poor bugger drowned. Because they can't hold their breath for very long. And if I don't know about you, but if you're in the bath and you have a loofah, you just leave it in the water, and you forget all about it, and then you bring it out again. You might hold it up as a microphone if you're humming along to a favourite tune or some such. If you're if you want to listen to music while you're in the bath, I sometimes do. Various types of music, whether that be a little classical music, a little Mozart, a little Tchaikovsky, or even steps, and back in the 80s, brass. I caught my ear there a little bit, and the anthemic melodies and what have you of Mr. Mercury and the band Queen. Always singing along to that, I tell you that. Although, don't bang your feet in the bath too much with one of their tracks. I don't recall which one it is. It'll come to me. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Anyway, so yes, poor old Norm. Norm won. He didn't fare very well at all. So. My friend Monty, his full name actually is Montgomery Clitheroe Winterbourne Smythe. Strangely enough, peculiar because his parents weren't called Winterbourne or Clitheroe. or Smythe, for that matter. So bizarre. But anyway, what he then managed to do, and this actually touches upon the foodstuff conversation that we were having. Well, we weren't having it. I was chatting about last week. He, for parties, he trained Norm too to stand on a table, very still. I mean, marvelous. I don't know how he did it. Humanely, I can assure you of that. Excuse me. Stands on the table, and Monty would put, little chunks of cheese and pineapple, and he'd put those on Norm too, and leave it there. And then his guests, caught me out the first time. Caught me out. I was aghast, almost had a heart attack, actually. Scared the poor lady wife almost half to death. But, what basically happens is, you've got this thing loaded up, and you just think it's a normal thing. And sometimes he would actually give it a little silver foil suit as well, so it looked, the same as you'd find like an orange or something like that, an orange and apple. People do that with. They don't do it with coconuts. Probably because it's just you can't put things into a coconut. I mean, it's common sense. So anyway, yes. So you'd have that there. Absolutely fantastic. Be still, absolutely still. Sorry, I'm getting used to looking at this little camera thing here, which I'm obviously pointing. It's quite scary. It's like 3D with my finger coming out there, and I'm glancing at myself as well. And really quite touched with this moustache. Anyway, and then without warning, he had some way of attracting the attention of Norm too. He'd be standing over there, old Monty, and he'd wait until 2 or 3 people, perhaps, were about to reach for a piece of cheese or a piece of pineapple, or both, perhaps. He'd give this little signal to Norm, and all of a sudden he'd scurry off down the table. He knew when to stop. Not initially. I mean, a few times he just went straight off the edge. I mean, almost flying off the poor little chap. Bundled himself up, and then you'd just get cheese and pineapple all over the floor. Terrible mess. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all. But yes, he'd just scurry, and then all of a sudden he'd just stop. He'd just stop. And then he'd turn around and he'd look at you, and people realise it was a live thing. And I tell you, the raucous laughter that you'd have as people were fainting, sometimes vomiting, but absolutely terrified. Would you excuse me, but I do beg your pardon. It's one of the things you get as you get older, trapped wind. I don't know why it gets trapped. I mean, the whole system's as it was when I was younger, so it shouldn't really. What's that about? Time? How are we? I'll wrap it up. Yes? Yeah. So there you are, yes. Yeah, amazing thing, actually. Also, Norm, Norm 3, actually, because he's got a couple of them. Norm 2, alive and well, and just scurries about the house when he's not doing his party trick. Norm 3, who also, lives a life of Riley most of the time, he's a hairbrush, you see, which I find interesting, because Monty is as bald as an egg. So what he's brushing, God alone only knows. I don't want to give him the satisfaction of asking, frankly. I'm a little scared as to what the answer might be, and I don't think anybody really wants to go down that particular pathway. Not seen him naked, not for many years anyway. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, nothing untoward. Showers, after golf, what have you. So I will just hold fire, for God's sake. So Boris, my yes, can you not go and play with a ball or something? He's 47 years old. You think he'd be able to occupy his time? Anyway, so I'm going to draw that to a close. I'm going to say that's enough for this week. But do remember, and I should actually say this: don't try training your own hedgehog. I imagine it's very, very difficult. And I think certainly the RSPCA and the various other organisations around the planet that look after the welfare of wonderful creatures will frown upon it. So I am genuinely requesting that you don't attempt to train your own hedgehog. Because they're lovely, lovely, wonderful little creatures, and certainly don't go anywhere near the loofah idea, because it'll hurt you, and obviously endanger the life of the little hedgehog. Anyway, as the late great comedian Dave Allen would say, good night, and may your God go with you. Thank you.